second time streaming, and I hope the first time was useful. I hope this time will be much better, hopefully. So I will wait for 5 minutes as usual to see if someone wants to come. So just a few things I wanted to say. This stream won't be 2 hours because usually 2 hours are too much for me, and for a lot of feedback came to me is 2 hours are it's so much for me to see. So let's stick with 1 hour or 1 hour and a half. That's a thing, and the other thing is I'm going through the sample midterm. Yeah, so hopefully, and if I found anything I want to clarify, I'm going to do it. I think 4 minutes of yeah, so 4 minutes of silence, and if I have any problem in the sound, please tell me. Okay, just 1 minute to go. So let's start. First of all, can you hear me well? Okay, I will assume that you can hear me. If not, okay. Let's start. So, first question, write functions that takes a list of functions. So, how can you know what is happening? Okay, Bruce. I think this one is here, right? And the eighth one here. So this one I'm just going to say how you can solve it. So first of all, we have to understand that it will be two function, no more. So we can deal as we have to, not more. And what we are doing is we are seeing if every list has yeah. So basically we in here it's very similar to your last homework. Not this one, the one before. It's pretty obvious here. I think you can do it. You did exactly in the homework. If you don't know how to do this one, I think Evan did it in the last stream. So let's go on because I don't want to like waste time with this one. Okay, let's see what Bruce gave me. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right, by the way. Let's put it here. Nice indication. I'm sorry for using Linux. You are not allowed to active duplicates in a list. That's so nice. How can we do this? Do you have an idea? I think you did this in... Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did this before. But it's okay, let's do it again. So, we need to compare every two to see. So if this is equal to this, okay, we are just going to remove it. If this is equal to this, no, so we are just going to keep it. The problem is here. When we have 3. Why? Because in this case we have to like remove all of these 2's. Because 2, 2, 2. So we are just going to remove it. So if we went with the approach of like if this is equal to this, so just remove everything about it. Okay, in this case we are going to do it in a wrong way, because we have to check this equal to this 2, and if it's equal to this, okay, we are just considering it. And if it's this not equal to this, okay, in this case we are just going to drop this 2 and continue. So how can we do this? Okay, I'm going to say a really bad idea, but let's just try it. So why not using removed up? So we will have a list, and we are going to do remove up. Yeah, I think that's right. And let's save and let's see. What is the problem here? Oh yeah, something down there. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is not closed. Okay, this is closed. Okay, so this problem is because of the comments, so I'm just going to guess what is happening here. We still have a problem. Okay, just because of the time again, we are just going to delete all of this, and I'm going to grab it again from the GitHub when I need. Okay, so what do we have now? We have 4, 5, 6, 8, 2, 0, 7. Is this what we want? Of course not. What we really want is removing the consecutive duplicates, not just duplicates. And what removing duplicates is doing is, this is really good thing to know about removing duplicates, because it's always a good question to have like in a midterm or an interim, or even in programming in usual. So you will have similar tasks in C++ and so on. So what is the best thing we can do? Well, like you have a lot of approaches you can do, but let's say that we are just going to do something really like similar. It will be, first of all, I'm going to do a recursion. I'm going to use high order functions. So we have a list, or no, let's do a better matching. So x, y, and rest, which is x's, equal fx equal y. What should we do? Let's just drop y for now and see what can we do. So if x equal to y, we should drop y and continue with the rest. Okay, so we will do f8 and x-axis. Let's see what is this supposed to win to us. Anyway, and if we have an empty list, so let's just define it again. If we have an empty list, just please return an empty list. What will happen if we don't have, if x doesn't equal y? Please continue. So we will say we want this x, we don't want to like have it anywhere else, so we want f8 y 2x's. Let's see what this is supposed to give us. Okay, we have runtime error, but we don't care that much about it. Because that's not our solution. I'm writing knowing, but sometimes you have to do something. Like in the exam, if you can't do the whole thing, just start small. So what did we do? We have 4, 5, 6, 8. So we remove this x, we went with this 8. And after this, when we had 0, 0, we had problem with 4 because we didn't find anything to match with. How can we do this? So if you have just one x, return x. Let's try this. Okay, now we have. So what did we do? We went there, and every time we see this is equal to this, we are just going to drop this one and continue with the rest. So what will happen? Let's do something else. Let's modify it a little bit more. Let's just drop x and y in this case. Do you think this will work? Let's try. We are not losing anything anyway. So we have 4, 5, 8, 2, 4, 0, 7, 5, and 0 and 0 are done, and 4. So what happened? So what happened, and every time we will have more than, like if we have like an odd number, like 1, 2, 3 of 2's, 3 2's or 6 or 5 2's or anything like this, we will have problem because we just went x and y in this way, and he will compare these two. So in this case, what should we do? Should we do a case which like cover the other one too, like covering this two to be able like to remove everything? Maybe, but is it a good idea? I don't think so. So what is the best approach we can do? Wait a second. Okay, so what should we do? I remember when I was on the exam, and I had a really tough time doing this, and I didn't know what should I do. So what I did was a really funny thing. It was, okay, we have x, y, and z. So if x equal y equal to z, we are just going to drop both of them, like 3 of them. And if x equal y, just this, yeah, we will do f8, and we will continue with z and x's. I hope I still remember what did I do there. Oh, we have problem. This is a problem here. X equal to y equal. Oh, I'm sorry. We can't do this. So and then x or y, it doesn't matter, equal to z. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 4. Why? Because when we were here, 6 was never matched. So what we did here is like we should drop these two x's, but it didn't happen. So what should we do? So that's what I want to illustrate here. In the exam, don't try to make such like solutions. It's not going to work mostly, and like it's just you're trying to solve. Now you are trying to solve the input, not the problem. You are trying to get like a right output in a way. So what should we do? I'm going to do exactly the same, but this time with some understanding. So every two here we have, because this is the most simple way, and like this is the way I understand the problem actually. So if we the problem is like we have odd and even numbers. So if x equal to y, we are just going to do both. If x equal to y and z, we will drop the three of them. But what will happen in the case of 4? That's the problem. Again, should we do something for 4? Like for if we have 4, should we drop all of them? Yeah, it's possible. But is it good enough? No, it's not. So what I'm doing is wait a minute. I think Evan went through this in the last stream. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think he went through this in the last stream. So I'm just going to say the idea and you can see him implementing it. I'm really sorry I didn't notice till now. So my idea is just putting, so we will see the 6. If 6 is equal to this, we are just going to remove, we are just going to do a function which checks like if says 6 is equal to the other one, and if it's equal to the other one, we are just going to remove all of them, and so on. I think he did it in quite better ways than I'm thinking of. So for Bruce, I think you have to watch his stream. Like he did it, I think so. He went through this one. So yeah, just for the sake of time, let's go for the other ones. And you can do it in this way too. I did it in the exam in this way. So you have to make a case for 4, and a case for 3, and a case for 2. And in this way, I think you will, like, it's not the best idea, but for any simple input, it will do it. So in the exam, it's okay to have this kind of answers. Anyway, let's grab the other ones. Let's grab, where's the GitHub? Okay. If you check the stream of Evan and he didn't do it, I'm pretty sure he did it. Just tell me again and I'm going to solve it, the whole thing, but like we really have issues that I'm here. So for the first one, we talked about it. It's like your last homework, nothing more. So let's go to the second one. So writing a function that takes a list of integers and return a list of results integer based on how many integers. Yeah, we did this in the last stream with me. So yeah, we didn't do this. So write a function that checks if a list of numbers is odd, even. So how can we do this? My idea was let's separate the whole list. Like what? So if you have 1 to 10, what I'm thinking of will be something similar to this. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and we will have the other list, which is 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And we are going to check if we are going to map on this to see if every element is true or not, if every element is odd or not, and after this we will do and same here. And if both of them are true, we are just going to say true. If one of them are false, we are just going to say false. So we will use this operator. I hope you are familiar with. So for example, if we have a list of list equal 1, 2, 3, 4, list 1 is equal to 2 because we start from 0. So list 0 is equal to 1. So that's very similar. Okay, I'm going to do this the other one first, yeah, for sure. Well, yeah. So it's like similar to the C++ thing when we are doing 0 plus 0, so it's the indexing operator. Okay, let's start solving. So we will have a list. What do we want? We want to separate this list, so we will do list comprehension. So this is a perfect example for mapping list comprehension and index operator. So this thing will be fed on from the list, and here we will have wait a minute, I'm sorry. So this will be the odd numbers. So 1, 3. Okay, wait. Yeah, let's just, for the sake of completeness, let's start from 0 to till length of list. It doesn't matter if the length is odd or even. It's going to make sure that everything is okay. So yeah, but just one more thing, -1 because we are indexing from 0. Don't forget. If you're forgetting the exam, it's okay. You will find you will see it somewhere. So we are just going to use this X in the indexing operator. So what I really encourage you to do in the exam, don't try it like a whole block of code without knowing if it's working or not. Even me, till now, I'm doing the same. I'm making sure that everything is okay. So just let's comment so let's comment the type signature and see if this is working. So start, check, and 1, 2, 3. What I want from him to give me, I want him to give me 1, 3. So let's see. We have a pressing error, yeah, at the end of I don't know where is this coming from, so I'm just going to delete this. Because you have to see what comment is commenting and commenting what and all of this. I don't want to do this now. So we have 1, 3. So everything is going fine. What should I do next? So I want to map and say is odd. So all of them are odd. So maybe now you are wondering, you started from the even numbers, why it should be odd? No, I started from when we discussed, we wanted to make sure that it's odd, even. So I start from 0. So this is odd, this is even. So I'm trying to get in 0 to 4 and all of them to make sure that they are odd. Okay, so I make a map is odd, so it should give me all truths. So true and true. How to check that everything in this list is true? I'm going to do and. Cool. So this should give me true, and it does. Now what should we do? We should do and the whole thing I'm just going to copy paste. And is even, and I'm going to start from 1 3 1 3 and so on, and yeah, it's true. So let's see if all this case is working. So we have true. Do we have true here? We have true. Here is false, so we are right. False, yes. Another false. And we have a problem here. So, if you are in the exam and you will be like, okay, first 4 working, and you just like dismiss this one, or first 5 working and you just dismiss this one, you will have issues, like big issues, because you are trying to try to make every test case, and you will see the error because every test case has to work if your solution is right. So what I'm going to do in this case, so the problem is he's trying, like I'm trying to index in a list which doesn't have any members, so that's the error here. So if you can see it again, he is telling you like internal overloading of section cannot be solved. Yeah, it's pretty like scary name, but it's just saying, okay, like I have a problem here is that I'm taking a number. So what we are doing, what is the problem is something similar to this. So I can't even get an answer for it, so that's a problem. So I want him to stop before going there, so I'm going to tell him, so if you get empty list, just print false. If I can, right. We still have overloading. That's pretty weird. Shouldn't be in this way. So let's just try to do this and see. So it's false, but if we try this, give me overloading, but it should not enter here. Okay. Let me try it in a different way. Let's see if list equal, it will be false. Okay, I think this problem is Linux, clean Linux, because usually, unfortunately, like Linux, clean on Linux is very unstable and usually gives me weird outputs. So you can try it on Windows and tell me if it's working or not, but it should work, because what I want you to know, like, and this for sure, and I think Victoria did mention this on the lectures, if we have empty list, it should give it like he will better match here. He will see, okay, so I have an empty list, I'm just going to put false. He should not touch this one at all. So let's make sure that this one is working. Yeah, it's working. So I think it's Linux issue, and in the exam you will have to do it in you will have to do it in Windows. And I think I have unstable issue in my Linux my clean here. Anyway, let's go for the next one. So can you do number 8? Okay, So find the unique triangle in the list. No, I need more. Please tell me, like, give me the whole question. Give me the start. Give me the examples. I can't work in this way. So please send it to me. And till you send it to me, I'm going to start a new one. I just need to know what is happening where. So let's see. What else do we have? Can we do the dot product? I think you have it. Yeah, I think you have it in a homework, so I can't solve it today. So, check even. Let's do it. So what is happening here? Let's understand the problem first. Write a function that checks if each element in the list appear even times. For example, check even. Okay, that's super cool. What should we do? Okay. First of all, I will pretend that I just need to extract one number. So my idea here is seeing, like, putting these two numbers in a list, and after this checking if the length of the list is even number or not. So let's just try something. So my idea is like filter, so we will do a check even auxiliary, and it will have list and it will have x, or no, let's be more specific. And after this we will filter, and I'm going to use the lambda function if x is equal to no. And after this I'm going to filter in the list, and all of this. So this will give me a list. So I have to see length of a list. We are going to do from 1 to, no, I want 1, 2, 2, 2, and after this I want 3. And let's see, and what number should we give? We should give 2. So this should give me false. So let's see, yeah, it's false. So I want to do this for every element in this list, and after this so let's just do it. Not yet. So and like in this trial mode that I'm trying to do, let's not do the let's not uncomment the signature, because it will give us a lot of errors. Okay, Bruce. Okay, I just saw it now. And we will have a list, and we are going to say map, and after this y equal to check even auxiliary, and we are just, so here the list that I'm going to check for is the same as we have to check in this list. And why we should put y here? Why? Because y is, we will check for this, so this is y now, and after this will be this, and after, so here it will be true because it will take 1 1, and the length of this is 2, and here it will be true again, here will be true, 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 here will be true, and here will be true. And after this we are going to map on this list. So what this should give us, I want to see, we didn't declare start. Wow. as I said, like true, 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 all of these truths. So all we have to do is doing and. True. Again, we should not stop. We should see all the starts because you will have, maybe you will have problem with this. Okay, I do have problem actually with empty string. Okay, let's just try to do something really stupid with this. So for this stream, like let's not discuss the empty list because apparently I have problem in this version of Linux for it. It's okay. Okay, so Bruce wrote to me, I think. So let's see what did he wrote. Finds any. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, let's see. So we will have list of tuples, triples. I'm sorry, and which exam was this? Was this the eighth one here? Oh yeah. Okay. So what should we do? I have a really stupid idea, but let's see if this is going to work. Let's just add. So if it's the same triangle, the add will make it appear. So for example here, 3, 4, 5 it's 12, and here it's 12. So so we will keep only one. Oh, but we have problem here. This why it's not. So 10, 8, 5, 8 is the same. I don't think I completely understand the problem here. Let's see. So what is the problem? So I do understand 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to read the problem again. I know that this is one of my exam questions, but I think it was explained in more like correct way. Because what he's saying is in the here is if 3, 4, 5 and 4, 3, 5 is the same triangle. But after this, here, he is like removing everything but 3, 4, 5 and 6, 8, 10. So I don't quite understand why. So let's search about like. So if something like this happened in the exam, what should you do? In this matter, you will come and ask me. But like we made sure that everything, like believe me, like every question will be so detailed, and it won't have such like because here, for example, you didn't give me what is the definition of the unique triangle. Like, does he mean like it should be like? So I don't quite understand it, and you won't have such a question in the exam, because in this in the exam should like explain in details everything about the problem. So what is the unique triangle? Why for example in this output, first output, 6, 8 and 10, I'm sorry, 10, 5, 8 doesn't appear? Why minus 3, 4, 5 doesn't appear? All of these problems. And as I can remember, it was more detailed, so I don't know which version did Evan upload. So what should we do here? So okay, okay. I will solve it later after the stream. I will talk with Evan and like ask him like what exactly is the description of this task, and I'm going to post it on Discord. I'm really sorry that I don't have I can't remember actually like the question at all. I'm really sorry. But if you have another question that is more detailed, please give it to me. Okay, let's continue with other ones. Write functions that takes two vectors and represent as a list and returns their dot product. Okay, we said that dot product is one of your homeworks, so I can do it. Okay, okay. That's very nice. Yeah, that's another example. That's another example where. Sorry. So that's another example for a poorly description, like a very poor description here. Like he didn't tell me like, because here I can just do like, okay, this is the first one and this is the second one, and we can do it like we did it in the other twos, in the other two like example questions, when we just take like first, third and fifth and put it in a list, so putting the odd numbers in one list and putting the even number in another list. So you will never find in the exam at all, you will never find something like this, like something with only one start, because that's not enough. And something like this, it's like I don't understand exact. Here is a problem. Like with our exam, this was the main problem. Like we asked the tutors a lot, because as you can see here, a lot of things are poorly described. Really hope Evan was here to tell you like exactly what he meant or what they meant for this question. But from what I understand from this, he's saying like he's going to put a number here and a list here and so on. And this is exactly can be solved like this one. Not I'm sorry, not this one. Six check like this one. Exactly. Just splitting into list. Do you want me to do it, or is it clear in this way? Okay, since there is no response, let's just go on. I think it's just pretty clear, it's the same as the other one. Exactly, and I solved something similar in the last three. Okay, so given a list, for each list extract the first, middle and the last element. So okay. Okay, that's very nice. So again, in such a problem, how should I approach it? First of all, I just need to. I'm always thinking about something like this. He wants me to do a similar operation in every list. So let's just do it with one list, and after this I can do map or list comprehension or whatever you like. So I'm going to say point 3 ox. It will take a list. I think this was a problem. Okay, anyway. Point 3 ox list. And what I'm going to do in this list, I'm going to do the HD of this list. So first element, I'm going to go to the last of this list, and I have problem here, the length. How should I get like the middle element of every list? Pretty simple, like with it, list, and after this we will say length over 2. So is this right? I don't know, let's try. So 0.3x, so I'm going to put something like 19 to see if it's going to be correct. So I'm waiting for 159 now. Which line is this one? 103. Expecting an end. Okay. Maybe. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, of course. Okay, so it's length list. I'm not in my best shapes today. Anyway, so 159. We did it. Now we have a function that we know for sure that it works for every list. So what should we do? We are just going to say points 3 equal map, and we are going to do points ox, and we are just going to put lists. So we have to add this list here. List of lists. I don't know, like it's better to name your variables in a good way. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, of course we should be. We have another problem, so let's see. So 101 argument 1 of map is making an issue. Okay, it shouldn't be like this, but let's try. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. So we should return it in a tuples, not a list. So it was the type signature again. 159, 159, 246, 37, 11, 16, 10. Okay, and again, that's a very poor like test cases because it's only one. And again, I'm sorry, I have issue with empty list. I think here I will have another issue. Let's see. Oh, we didn't. Yeah, because we have already an issue. So if we set something like this, will this give us the same issue? I don't know. So if we have an empty list, just return an empty list. Yeah, I don't know why he's ignoring my cases. Okay, let's not do empty cases here, because for some reason my compiler doesn't recognize any empty cases. So yeah, and here we don't have to do this. He can do it by himself. do you have questions about this one? Okay, so yeah, ask me anytime. I don't want to stop the stream because usually people are seeing it as like video, so I don't want to have a lot of I don't know, silence periods. So we have it now. This is the seventh one. As you can see, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is knowing HD and knowing last and knowing, of course, the indexing operator. One more thing. Just an opinion. It's not something. Just like an opinion from a friend of mine. Like I went through this exam. And this exam is not balanced at all. Like, as you can see, it has a lot of ideas of indexing. Like I think a lot of them. I think all of them has indexes. All of them has this idea of like odd even, alternating. It wasn't the best. Like I don't know. It was not balanced for me. I think your exam will be balanced more. Okay. Oh, so this is 8. As you can, like it's, I don't know, like something like this in the exam. I'm pretty sure like we ask it a lot. What is this? What should we do? Um, I don't know. It's not detailed at all. Like he should explain. And yeah, one more thing. In these exams, they were not giving us any math. Like he's telling you to do something mathematical. Like here, for example, okay, here is trigonometry, but like okay, uh, and not telling you what is it. In your exam, I'm 100% guarantee for you that everything will be detailed. So I'm going to tell you do this, and I will explain to you what is this. So you won't waste time like asking yourself what is this or what is this term or ask me or anything. It will be very detailed. So just read the question very carefully. Okay, so let's go to 9. Use folder to check if the square root of each integer in a list are all integers. Okay. Okay. How can we check this? So for 4, we know for sure that it's 2, 6 is 2, 9 is 3, 6 is 4, I'm sorry. And 9 is 3, 1 is, square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 8 is, it's not an integer, it's 2, square root of 3. So, okay, in this case, what I'm encouraging you to do, and again, even the formatting of this exam was a problem because as you can see here, it doesn't compile because of this comment is not closed. So what I want to try is, okay, I want to see, so we can test. What I want to make sure is that the square root, I think it was square root, yeah. I want to see what is the square root of 8. Of type. Oh, it has to be real. Okay. And here comes the question. How can we know that if it's integer or not? Well, in such a case, you can always like of course you can ask, but like just think for a bit. What is the difference between integers and reals? Okay, I heard it. You don't know how to do it in clean because clean doesn't do types. Okay, I understand. But let's just see if we went to Google. No, I don't want to check everything. So you're in exam now. I mean, you don't know. What should you do? In such a case, just try to solve it as it's not a problem. So you have an issue now to know if it's integer or not. Okay, so just simply do it as if there is no such a requirement. Like solve everything else, and after this come to the other one. So F9, and you will have a list. And you are going to do, what should I do with this list? I'm going to say map, because I'm going to do it for every list. You can do it with list, okay, because I did a lot of map today, let's do list comprehension. So square root of x, but of course I can do the square root of x because it's integer, so to real. And this x will be fit from list. Okay, so let's try now. Sudo first 3, that's what we want. 1 and a lot of number. So let's go to the other part. So now we have, so we should do folder, and we should use something here to make sure that this is integer or not. So you are in the exam, you don't have any material to review, but you have the clean compiler, like the clean library. If you just wrote like int or like to real, and you just like highlighted and control L, you will find a lot of operation for types. I don't have this here unfortunately because I'm using Linux now, so I'm going to use Google. And as Evan is always saying, it's not a secret. Oh wow, why it's not? Okay, let's try just searching out it. It's Google. It's .org, not .com. Okay. So let's say as int. Nothing really. We have a lot of scary thing. We have to end. Okay. Let's see if we have something like not to end any something. Type of yes. I remember that we had something like this, like really similar. It's type of or is int. Okay, just for the sake of time, because we are for 2 now, I'm going to check it again. I think we have like a predefined function for it, because you have to see, so the idea is like we have to see if this is an instance, so it will be something like this as int, and after this you will do a folder of and that's it. Of course you will start with true. It will be something similar to this, but I can't remember the name of this one now. So same case with 8. I'm going to search for it, and I'm going to, if it came to my mind now, I'm going to tell it. If it's not, I'm going to give it after the stream. Okay, let's close Google. It's not as useful as usual one. Okay, so add some. What is the issue here? Insert sum of elements as last element in every sublist. Okay, that's pretty nice. Very, very, very nice. So we will have add some. And we will have a list. What should we do with this one? we should get like the sum of the numbers in this list. So we have the predefined function sum, and we should get it to every element. Okay, so we are just mapping, and after this we are going to say x equal x, so it's the same, plus plus we are going to concatenate, and sum of x. And after this list, I didn't initiate the start. Why do I have a problem here? It should not be a problem. Oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, the sum is integer, so we have to put it in a list. So we have it here. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. So what we are doing here, we are going to every element, 1, 2. So we are taking this list, this whole list is x. And after this, adding to it this element, which is sum of all of this x. So 1, 2, which is 3. And after this, going to the next one, doing the same thing. 3, 4, 5, and after this we will add, so 3, 4, 5, the list of 3, 4, 5 is this x, and we are going to add this like this element. Yeah, so that's it. Do you have questions about like this whole midterm? Because we solved everything, not the dot product, because it's a homework. It's pretty easy, so easy, and I think yeah, it's the dot product. So the dot product basically is like this is this one multiply times this one, and after this one times this one, this one times this one. After this, adding them, you can use the predefined function sum here. In some context, if this is your way of solving it. So, do you have any question about this one? We solved everything. First one, I thought I don't want to waste your time in it because you have it in. You had something not very similar. It's almost exact. And the last homework. Second one, I solved it last stream, and it's just about like better matching. And sec check is the same. We did it now. Check even. We did it now. Dot product now. Sex is not good defined. I'm sorry, described. So, but like from what I can see here, is just taking this, and if it's only one, this case like this, so my solution is valid, without knowing, literally. But he didn't say that we should put it in a way, so it has a lot of question marks, and we used to ask the tutor a lot in this exam, which why now we are giving a very detailed exam. Points 3 we did it. The unique triangle is the same with sex, it's not well described. 9 is pretty easy, we did it, and 10 is pretty easy too, so we did it. So yeah, that was sample midterm, first one. Let's go for the second one, and I hope I can solve some of it. Okay, so that's my favorite exam. So the last one was a horrible one. This one is very, very nice. So let's see. So I think here we have like they avoided the problem with the commenting, because like we took like some time in the exam to discover why it's not compiling. Anyway, so write a function that will return the second to last digit in a number. Return 0 if there is no second digit. I'm pretty sure it's homework, right? I don't know. Someone asked me about it, but yeah, no. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, so let's do it. First of all, he told me like the last element before the, so this one he wants 3. We practiced a lot this semester to put a number in a list, so let's do it. And after this, we can take like the HD of it, of initial, and boom, we solved it. So we will say num2 list, and we are going to take list. If list is equal to, oh, I'm sorry, we should take num. If num is less than 10, we should just put num. If not, we need to be num rem10 in a list, because when we concatenate now, we don't want any errors like we had in the previous previous task. And after this, num2 list again, and num over 10. You did this, I think, in multiple homeworks, so I think this should be similar, familiar to you now. But again, I'm not writing, I'm not like, because we will depend on this function that it works correctly to be able to solve this one, to be able to solve this task. So we have to make sure that it works. If it doesn't work, we will like lose a lot of time in the exam seeing if this is work or not. So 1 2 3 4 and 4 3 2 1. Okay, nice. What should we do now? One more thing, and now we will face like a negative case. So we want to get a third, and in this case the third will always be positive, assuming that like the negative one is only this one. So we need to take the absolute value. I'm sorry, I was practicing Python, that's why I'm shaky. Anyway, so if we try this now, let's try. Yeah, function body expected, we have to. So we commented, okay. Nice. We have to put it in. Okay, so let's say just, no, I'm sorry. And let's say just absolute value. And here will be APS, so just. So 1 2 3 4. Wow. Why? We should have like not this way. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I was practicing Python again. So in Python and in a lot of programming languages, you are doing parentheses. We still have the same error. So let's think about it for a moment. So we want like the absolute value of this. Okay, so let's get rid of all of these absolutes, and we are just going to handle the absolute case from F1. So yeah, now we are back to the track. So we will increment this, and we are going to say F1 And we are going to say we are going to take num, and we are going to use num to list, and we are going to pass the absolute value of this num, and after this we should take the head, because now it's reversed, so we should take the head of the tail, head and tail. So we still have missing parentheses here, and let's see, start has not been declared. Okay, so the 3 just because we are using heads, so if we have only one number, so yeah, okay, so we are going to say if length of this list, which is num to last absolute num, is less than 3, output 0. So let's make sure that everything works again. So 3, okay, and I'm sorry, 0, nice, and this should be 6. Oh, cannot unify. Oh, yeah, that's something really Linux, not your fault, not my fault. So it's 6, yeah, it works. One more thing. So as you can see here, we are writing the same thing over and over again. So it's better if we are doing where that say like list equal to this thing. I didn't try this on Linux before, so I don't guarantee anything here. And again, since we are working, we have to check that everything is okay. Okay, so everything is fine, and the code is more or less okay-ish now. So let's go to the second one. If you have any question, please tell me immediately. I'm going, and even if you have question about previous tasks, I know I didn't solve. We had. I'm going to report this problem. We have to very describe poorly described problem in the first sample method, and I couldn't remember how can we check the integers. I'm going to post this on Discord. Hopefully, after see just what I did last year. I can't remember now. And we still have, I think, 15 minutes, so let's go. Okay, so write a function that will subtract numbers in a list from the list first one. Your solution, well, okay, who cares? Okay. Okay. So this is really plain foldel. So we want to go from the left, so we are going to use foldel. And we want to start from the first element, so HD of a list. And we are going to operate on the list. I think plus minus. So we have -6. Why do we have -6? Or should I start from 0? Oh, we have minus 16. Okay. We need to start from the header of the first one. And we still have issue. Okay. Okay. In this case, we can do folder, and we are just going to do minus and 0 and reverse list. And yes, that's how we run from fold. We still have minus 8. Why do we have minus 8? We reversed it, so it should be okay. So let's see it step by step. We should reverse this list, so start equal reverse 10 1 2 3. So we reversed. But we still have an issue. So yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. So we are going folder. So yeah, let's just return to fold all for now. Let's see. So we are just going to do minus. We want to subtract, and we want to get the head of lists. I just want to try this. So yes. So we want to do some. So what is happening here? I'm saying folder h list, so we will start from 10 and minus. My problem here is that I was saying list, not tail of a list. So we would take. So we are going from left. So we want 1. So 10 minus 1. So this is the new value, and after this we will say minus 2. And this is a new value, and after this minus 3. Yeah, and that's the solution for this one. So yeah, I really recommend going through folder and folder like a lot, because it's very tricky. Like usually even like, because I didn't use it for a while now, you saw me like I just for a minute I forgot what is the problem here. I really wonder if this is going to work now. No, I have problem with empty lists everywhere. Okay. Write a function that returns all prime divisors of a number. Okay. Yeah. So you have one of your homeworks for this week. You have divisors, like get a list of divisors. But this is a prime divisors. So first of all, let's make a function which check if is prime, and is prime will take num. And how I'm doing it is okay, so we are just going to say x is from 2 to this number minus 1, and after this we are just going to say fx reminder, I'm sorry, for num rem x equal to 0. And after this we have to say that this length of this list. So as you can see, I'm a big fan of getting the length of this list to check a lot of things. So if it's 0, so it's fine. If we have more, it's not a prime. So let's make sure that it works. This prime, and let's say, for example, 5. X is undefined. Where? No, I defined it here. Oh, I'm sorry. That's pretty weird. We have x here. Yeah, no, -1. So 5 is true. So my problem here is that I forgot my. Okay, so for a minute I was distracted. I was thinking about like how to explain length in a better way. So here it should be till the number -1, till 5 -1, not till number -1. And after this, let's check if 4 is prime or not. Okay, so it's false. So it works. You have to test more, but like I know that like I tried this like a lot, so I know it's working. What should we do now? So we want to see if like the divisor of this. So we want to get a list of prime divisors. So we will get a num, and we are going to say this comprehension, and this is comprehension from 2, 1, 2, 2 till 1 is not a prime number, and here it's written. And in the exam we had this issue too, like it's not a prime number, but just let's consider that this is a prime number till x. So fx again till num, fx reminder num equal to 0. And if I'm doing this, it's safer to put it in this way. We are going to say is prime num is prime x, not num, and I'm going to put it in parentheses because it's better visualization for it for me. And here I'm missing something. Okay, that's super great. Let's see now. So it's an empty list. So why it is like an empty list? Because it's the opposite. So num reminder x. So 1, 2, 3. Same. An empty list. So you saw me while like checking my errors and fixing my errors, and it's a skill like, and the problem, like as you can see from the streams, I make a lot and I get distracted easily, so I make a lot of silly mistakes. But now I have a bit of experience about how to check if I had a mistake or not. So we are almost 90 minutes in the stream, are we? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we started at 1. Yeah. So if you have anything else, tell me now. I can explain one more thing or one more idea that you don't understand. And I wrote in like a note next to me what things that I should do. I'm really sorry for the info, and I really don't remember it. And for the 2 tasks that I didn't understand completely, and that's a really good experience for the exam too. If you don't understand the task completely after reading it very good like we did now, ask ask someone who did, like, who put the task, like ask Miss Victoria, like, or ask us, because they, like, we can discuss with her. Ask us, like, so what do you mean exactly by this? Why is this important? What is the output of this case? If you have something in mind and you can't say it by words, and we will help you. Like, it's okay, it's fairly okay. But we and your exam, it will be much more detailed. So hopefully you won't need any more explanation from us. Um, so yeah, just one more minute. If you have any question or something, I can do it now. Okay. In this case, uh, see you. And if you need anything, you can text me. And I will post things that we agree on Discord. And I hope I was useful. So see you next time.